children shouldn't play with dead things.
What is up, guys? This is Andre Espinosa Reviews, and time again for another Saturday Night Horror review. And tonight I will be reviewing a movie from 1972, and this is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things is a 1972 comedic horror film directed by Bob Clark. The story focuses on a theater troupe led by Alan. He is a mean-spirited director who travels with the others by a boat to a small island that is mainly used as a cemetery for deranged criminals. Once on the island, Alan tells his group, which he refers to as his children, numerous stories relating to the island's history and buried inhabitants. He leads them to a cottage where they are supposed to spend the night, and then opens a chest they had brought with them, puts on a mystical robe, and says that they are to prepare for the summation at midnight. At midnight, using a grimoire, Alan begins a seance to raise the dead after digging up the body of a man named Orville Danworth. Though the original intent of the ritual may have been solely as a joke, Alan appears disappointed that nothing happens. Afterwards, the party continues and Alan goes to extremes to degrade the actors, using the corpse of Orville for his own sick jokes. Then, however, animated by the failed ritual, the dead return to life and force the troupe to take refuge in the old house. Now, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, it is really a low-budget film from the 70s. It is directed by Bob Clark, which also directed Porky's and A Black Christmas. Now, the budget of this film was only $50,000. It's really low budget, so you expect that the movie is really... I'm not saying it's bad because of the budget, but you can see it in the effects, in the makeup, in the camera, in the editing, and in the acting as well. This movie really has really bad acting on it. Almost everything in this movie is bad, but it's so bad that it's so good. It's one of those films, like for example, Basket Case. It's so bad, it's so good, like Blood Diner. And now this movie, it is really slow. It's really slow-paced. Nothing really happens, not after the 65 minutes mark of the movie, wherein the zombie arose. So you won't see any zombies in the movie, not until after 65 minutes. The movie is 85 minutes long, so the exposure of the zombies only lasts for 20 minutes. But it actually kind of worked for me, even though it's so slow, because it kind of set up the tone and the vibe to the arousal of the zombies from the ground, and it's one of my favorite scenes in any zombie movies. And that scene is just so perfect that it kind of reminds me also of Thriller, even though the music video of Michael Jackson, Thriller, even though this actually came out before Thriller, I have seen Thriller first before Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, so it kind of reminds me of that music video. And everything's perfect in that scene, the zombies, the camera, and the makeup. The makeup actually was not perfect, and what I'm trying to say is the way the zombies arose from the ground. Now, speaking of makeup, there are scenes in this movie where you kind of notice the makeup of the zombies. It's quite noticeable that they are only wearing masks and there's just all pure powder. But overall, I love how the zombies look in this movie. It's quite old school. It's the old school zombie look, and I just really love this movie. It's so bad, it's so good. It's really a cheesy movie from the 70s. Yeah, I could not say any more about this movie. I think that's just gonna do it. This DVD actually is a double feature of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things and Undertaker and His Pals. I know there is a single DVD release out there, and I've heard there is a Blu-ray release also of this one. And I'm not looking forward to upgrading this to Blu-ray, but the artwork is just really amazing. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode of Saturday Night Horror Review, and I'll see you on the next video.